Bethnal Green, a Panics promotion with Talk Radio and Daily Spa sponsored event. Your next contest is 10 free minutes. It's for the light heavyweight championship of the Southern area. It features in the blue corner, boxing out of Ashford in Kent, wearing the maroon shorts. He weighs in at 12 stone, 6.5 pounds, with a 16-fight record, 8 wins, 8 defeats, with 4 KOs, ladies and gentlemen. The challenger tonight, Mr. Eddie Knight. And his opponent in the red corner, wearing the solid black trunks, weighing in at 12 stone, 6.75 pounds, with a 21-fight record, ladies and gentlemen, coming with 18 wins, 13 inside the distance, with 3 defeats from Stevenage, the Southern Area Light Heavyweight Champion, ladies and gentlemen, Monty Wright. Ladies and gentlemen, the timekeeper for this event is Mr. Peter McCann from Epsom, and your referee is Mr. Richie Davies.
And well done to new MC Gary Logan. You might remember him when he used to be a welterweight British title contender. Now working without the gloves on, but with the microphone. Southern Area Light Heavyweight Championship fight this. Monty Wright, who as you've seen was destroyed in 2 rounds by Crawford Ashley in this very ring 10 months ago, in with Eddie Knight. Wright beat him in 5 rounds the last time they met back in 1996. Can he repeat the job here tonight? Wright, by the way, with a new trainer for this fight, Kevin Sanders, who used to train Nigel Benn, but quite a lot of people used to train Nigel Benn, but that's another story. The black trunks then of Monty Wright, the 29-year-old from Stevenage, and in the maroon, Eddie Knight from Ashford in Kent, who in the amateurs beat the former British heavyweight champion Scott Welsh, but that was a long time ago. He's been a win some, lose some kind of professional. And he's down very, very early on. No count, no count.
Yeah, I think the referee called that right there. Just seemed to take a strange looking stumble. I don't quite know what happened there.
Maybe the replay will reveal all at the end of the round, but certainly not counted against Knight. Wright apparently has been looking pretty good in training, looking to get himself back into serious domestic contention, and having the best of it early on here, no question about that. Big red blotch already on the cheekbone of Knight.
I think Wright has made his plans fairly obvious. He's just going to stay right on top of Knight. He knows he's the bigger puncher, the stronger. He's just not going to give him room to work.
Good right to the body as well. Looking confident and sharp and accurate here. And Eddie Knight having to work just to stay in business in this opening round. It's a good start this, isn't it, from Monty Wright? I wondered if he'd be ring rusty and full of self-doubt after what Crawford actually done to him.
Yeah, well, I suppose the sport is all about levels. He just got out of his own level then. But Knight's covering up well. He's not taking too many shots cleanly. And thankfully we have an experienced referee who's not going to panic if he spends the first couple of rounds just covering up and keeping himself in the fight. But as I say, not taking them cleanly, which is the main thing.
Good body punching from Monty Wright. Southern Area Championship being contested here over 10 rounds.
It's a nice little sneaky left hook that Knight's coming back with. He doesn't look to have the power to trouble Wright. But I think he realises he can't trade. It's not his style to flit all the way around the ring, so he just isn't going to have to cover up and try to draw some of the steam out of Wright.
Fast start from Monty Wright here. And his new trainer Kevin Sanders will be happy, I'm sure, with the work. Although that's a fair old left hook from Eddie Knight right at the end of the round. But Monty Wright will have won that opening stanza pretty convincingly. Now, was this a knockdown? It wasn't scored as one.
Well, it just looked like a stumble to me. Yep, he actually landed the punch.
Yeah, no question that Richie Davis got that right.
Just a little problem with his balance, obviously. He actually landed the punch and he was the one who went over. We don't see that often.
I think it's the first time I've ever seen it.
Same here. See, you can see some of the punches are getting through, but they're not getting through cleanly. So I think it's just a case of trying to get the first couple of rounds behind Knight before he starts his own work. He can't trade with this fella. The fella's too strong. So he's just going to have to spoil for a round or two, make sure he doesn't get caught cleanly.
Just as well Eddie Knight didn't try that in Italy, going down after he'd landed a punch. They'd have been counting straight away. Second round, right hand there from Eddie Knight. He's 2 inches taller than Wright, right in the black trunks.
Well, Wright's the one with his arm round behind here holding on. I wonder if that was a better right hand than a first spotted. He's the one holding then. Look at the swelling on his eye. That was a far better right hand than we thought.
Monty Wright's right eye is almost closed all of a sudden. That has happened in the space of about 5 seconds. Goodness me, those things usually take a round or two to develop. But he's got a problem here because you can hardly see out of that, Jim.
There's a kind of slight bruise on the other eye. I mean, if all that damage was inflicted with one punch, it was a beauty. I mean, I reckon he was in some sort of discomfort because he was holding inside, which I didn't seem to go with the rest of it, what he's been doing up to this point. But quite often, a badly swollen eye is worse than a cut eye. I don't really see this going on much further.
Big problems for Monty Wright here. Last thing he needed on his return to the ring. And it will give enormous encouragement, cruel as it may be to say it, to Eddie Knight, because he's going to draw a lot psychologically from seeing Wright in that kind of condition in front of him.
I think I can see some blood as well on the other eye. I mean, that certainly was some shot that was inflicted all that damage. I see some blood floating around. I can't quite see where it's coming from. If it's the nose or if it's on the right eye of Monty Wright.
He's in a bad state, that's for certain. You're both being very naughty, I think, is what Richie Davis was saying. I think I caught those words. So there's a fair bit going on the inside here, maybe with the heads.
Well, Monty Wright is the one who set the pace. He forced this kind of action this early in the fight, but he's the one who's come off second.
Certainly is some blood around as well. Both eyes damaged. The right's nearly closed. There's blood around the left.
I'm not sure if Knight's damaged as well on the left side.
Now he's having an argument, a fierce argument, and it's being stopped. Richie Davis has stopped it. Monty Wright is protesting bitterly. He's claiming he was butted, I think. Knight's got a cut as well. Well, all kinds of controversy to unravel there. He couldn't really fight off with that eye like that, could he?
Dreadful injury. I'll be honest, Ian, I didn't see any blatant butt there before I saw the damage to the eye. Most of the head clashing I saw after that. We did see a good right hand, but it didn't look that good. So maybe some replay will show us what happened.
Well, let's have a look at the end of the first round. It's the last punch of the first round. Now, is this a clue as to what started to cause the damage? There is a left hand. No, I don't think so.
No, that looked like the jaw. That looked like the punch landed fairly, around the jaw, around the mouth. I don't think that caused any eye damage. It was coming up and up, but I don't really reckon that would be the damage.
Now here comes the stoppage. By now, Monty Wright, the former British title contender, is in a terrible state. Eddie Knight is cut as well, but not nearly as badly. And Monty Wright went into a real row with the referee Richie Davis when he stopped it, but I think the referee got that right, don't you, Jim?
Definitely, yeah. He's got one eye cut, one eye completely closed. I mean, what else can we ask? In referees, it's a difficult job to begin with, but you can't argue with that. Look at the state of his face. Can you imagine what would have happened if serious injury took place after an injury like that? No, the referee had to do that.
Thought for a moment he was thinking of having a left hook at Richie Davis.
Well, he's obviously upset. Yeah, I mean, he's obviously planned to get his career back on the right tracks again. This is a disaster for him, but these things happen.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 minutes 25 of round 2, Wright having suffered serious eye damage, ladies and gentlemen, and no longer able to continue, your winner and new Southern Area Light Heavyweight Champion, Eddie Knight, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, please give big hands for Gallows Monty Wright.
No hiding the disappointment there for Monty Wright, but in Billy Schwer's dressing room, they are getting ready for his big night, defending his European title against Hungarian